Okay, so we are going to cover indices. Okay, so indices is the plural of index. Okay, and index refers to what we call index notation. Okay, so if we have an x, okay, and we are going to raise it to the power of 2, okay, that's we probably read that as x squared, wouldn't we? But what this little 2 actually is, it's the index of the x. Okay, it's the power to which the x is raised. Okay, this is the index. So we could also write this as x times by x. Okay, so this is sort of normal notation, and then this is called index notation. Okay, so that's where the word indices comes from. Okay, it basically refers to index form of different numbers. Okay, so we've got several rules. So we've got the addition rule. Okay, addition. We've got the subtraction. And we have the multiplication. Okay. So if we have, so let me just explain something first. So the reason why we use index notation is because, let's say, for example, we wanted to write x times x times x times x times x times x. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. Okay, now if I want to write this out, it takes a long time. Okay, it's really annoying to write it out. So what we can do is we can say, well, that is just x to the power of 6. And all this 6 means is it means that we've multiplied x by itself 6 times. Okay, so we've got an x times x, 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 x. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. Okay, so if we had x times x, okay, there's 2 x's because we've multiplied x by itself. Okay, and that would be x squared. Okay, so it's x times x. And if we had x times x times x, okay, that would be x cubed. Okay, because we've got 3, we've times x by itself 3 times. Okay, so let's go back to the page. So the addition rules are when we add the powers of we add the powers together. Okay, so let's say we had x to the power of 10 multiplied by x to the power of 5. Okay, now if we were to write this out, what it's actually saying is x times itself 10 times and then x times itself 5 times. So whenever we times index notation together, we add the powers. So this becomes x to the 10 plus 5, which would be x to the 15. Okay. Now, if instead we divide the two powers, we take away the powers, or we subtract them. Okay. So this would be x to the 10 minus 5, which is equal to x to the power of 5. Okay. So the first rule is addition. Okay, because when we multiply the two terms together, we add the powers together, like we've done here. Okay, and the subtraction rule is when we are dividing the two terms, we take the powers from each other. So we do the first one, take away the second one. Okay, so 10 minus 5. Now for multiplication, if we do x to the power of 10, and then we raise that to the power of 5, whenever you have the 5 outside the brackets, you multiply them together. So we have x to the 10 times by 5, which is x to the 50. Okay, so I'm just going to explain this one a little bit more. So the reason why that's the case is because if we do x to the 10 times x to the 10 times x to the 10, okay, you get the idea. Okay, that's the same as x to the 10 to the power of 5, okay, and because we've got 5 of these, we use the addition rule to add the powers together, Okay, and if we have a 10, add a 10, add a 10, add a 10, add a 10, that's 5 tens. We have 10 times 5, okay, which gives us x to the 50. So this is just a quick way of writing this, okay, and then we just add the powers together.